Okay, in this next tutorial we're going to talk about creating navigation or menus. There's really two places you can do this. If you have GeneratePress Premium, you can do this under the GeneratePress Appearance Themes Customization area, or you can do it under Appearance Menus. Right here is the Appearance Menus dashboard view, and you'll see that these menu items are grayed out. You can't activate them because we haven't created any menus yet. If you have a default menu, this is kind of a default menu when you make pages. WordPress by default, it will add those pages to a menu unless you tell it not to. Then you could create your menu, your new menu here, or you could go into the actual theme customizer and do it there. So let's go into the theme so you can kind of see it on the fly. You could also, in fact, let me go back here real quick just to show you this. You could do it there, or let's close this. Or you could do it through your dashboard. Let's go here. When I go to Appearance Menus here, you can also do it by going Manage with Live Preview, which is the GeneratePress Premium setting. If you just click on this here, it'll take you to the same place under the Menus page as it would have up here when we go to Appearance Menus. Okay? So, I'm sorry, when we go to Appearance Customize and we go to those menus. So, when we go to Appearance Customize, we're customizing the GeneratePress Premium theme. We're going to have our options here on the left, but then we have to find the menus here to navigate to begin to customize them through this visual editor. So if we go here and we click on menus, then it's going to take us here, whereas if we had just done it from the dashboard under Appearance Menus and then clicked on the visual editor at the top like we did here, it'll bring you here automatically. So what we want to do, basically two ways to get to the same control panel here. So what we want to do is, let me go back to edit page here. So what we want to do is create a new menu, and we'll just call this a test menu. And then this will tell you basically three places where you want to use it. By default, there's three places. There's a slide out navigation, which is usually for mobile or tablet, and then there's secondary and primary. So if we just click them all, we can show you where they are. Now, if you want to customize your menu and put it in a unique location, you can also do it through a widget, but that's beyond this tutorial. We're not going to do that. Let's use some standard place and just show you where that goes. So as soon as I do that, there's no items here yet. So we have to add the actual page items. There have to be some pages created before a menu can go to them. So if the pages aren't created, there are no items to put in the menu. So here's the four we can add. So we'll just go ahead and add them all just by clicking on them, and you'll see them appear over here on the left side of the Customize Menus area under the GeneratePress Premium theme. So when we do that, it's all set up. So actually the landing page 2 is our first one. That's for our navigation. When you look at this, what's interesting, if I pull this in, it'll make this one a sub menu item under that one. And if I do the same here, it's no longer on its own as a primary menu item, but it's a sub menu item. So I have to hover over the landing page 1 to see sample page, and you'll see it over here. So let's publish this once and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so notice how I put the landing page 2 indented from home here, and that means when I hover over home, that's the only time I can see this sub page. Same with landing page 1. When I hover over it, I can see sample page only after I hover over the primary menu tab item. So if I move these back out, they'll be tier 1 navigation items, and you'll see that it shows up here that they're all primary navigation tier pages. Okay, so we can publish that. Now what's interesting is I think we turn those off in the page editor. So when I go to this specific page, which is our landing page, we will go ahead and view this page, but I believe they're turned off. So no, it's turned on right here. So the way you turn navigation on and off within a single page, it's right here under Disable Elements at the bottom. See, secondary navigation is turned on. If I turn it off and update it, then it'll disappear because that's a secondary navigation location for this theme. See, it's gone now because I turned it off. I refreshed the page. Now let's go ahead and turn them back on. we go back to edit this page. I simply have both pages open. I have this page the way it's viewed to the public, and then I have it under edit configuration here, so I can actually edit this page. So these are the same page. So now I go to the bottom here and I go to disable elements and I turn these off. These two navigation items, or those are basically little regions, and I update it. And then once that's updated, I can refresh this page, and you'll see that the primary navigation showed up here, secondary showed up here. Okay, so it's showing that those are working, and then I can turn them back on or off or whatever over here on the page. So since we're using this landing page as a single call to action, in other words, we only want the people to do one of two things. We want them to download this guide and get into the marketing funnel, or we want them to make a phone call or send an email. But the primary call to action is right here. We're sending people from an ad that looks very similar to this. We want these highly targeted people to do one thing, and that's to get into the email marketing system to whereby they can be warmed up. And we also want them to be able to download this and watch our video on the next page. They can't get access to that until they click here and opt in and give us their name and email. So this is a squeeze page or an opt-in page. It will not have navigation, but I wanted to show you how to put navigation on a page just in case you wanted to be able to manipulate the navigation. Now let's go over here real quick. While the navigation is up, we have it set up. We can actually go back and change the colors to the menu. If I go back here and under this GeneratePress Premium customization, we can go to colors here. We should be able to change the colors in the primary navigation right here. Right now it's black. Here, let's refresh this here because it's not showing it here just yet. Let's bring this back up. And once this comes up, we'll be able to quickly manipulate the colors of the primary and secondary navigation just to show you how easily it can be done. So after we're in our GeneratePress Premium theme control panel here on the left, we just simply go to colors, and let's go to the primary navigation. It would be this big black navigation bar here. And if we change this here, you'll see how quickly, see how it changed this to blue. Okay, we can choose, if we choose red or some other color, it's going to show over here. And the visual editor is great here because you can see that the changes how they look before you commit to them. Not that you can't change them later, but it's just nice to be able to use this powerful feature in GeneratePress Premium theme, which is only $39 or $40 a year at this time. Very reasonable for the power that you get to be able to manipulate the colors and the layout and the scheme and all kinds of things. So pretty much do whatever you want very easily without having to create custom code. See, I'm just changing the colors and you can see it change to the right there. Okay, and then if we go back to the secondary navigation, which will be up here, we can change the background color for that as well. Just move that around. Let's say try this yellow. See how ugly that is? But I'm just using that to show you, to make it stand out so you can see it. Then if we can change the text color. If we don't want the white, we can make it darker or another color, but then it can be hard to read depending on what your background color is. The text hover color, we can change that hover color so when you hover over the color, or hover over the text, see the text will change from black to blue there. So you can really get in here and fine tune all the colors of every single one of your navigation elements very quickly and very easily through GeneratePress Premium. You can also view those different views in the mobile view. Here's a mobile view, and here's a tablet kind of view. It's just a generic tablet dimensions, and you can see all those changes very quickly on the fly and get them to be exactly how you want. Now if you don't want to keep those changes, you can simply discard those changes right here before you save them, and it'll go back to the default. We'll go ahead and hit OK, and it's going to revert those unpublished changes and reset those menu items colors back to the default. Now when this comes up, We're going to go ahead and turn this off. But that's how you set up those primary and secondary navigation menu items, and then how you manipulate the colors using GeneratePress Premium. And that's it. Hope this helps.